Okay, I'm alive now. Hey y'all. Oh my goodness, I can't tell if I'm alive until I hear somebody or see somebody. So I have the new book by Mel Pondanino Chatsmanigoto. Mel Pondanino Chatsmanigoto. Okay, that's what I got, and that's her name, and it's beautiful. This is her name is spelled Mel Pondanino Chatsmanigoto. Okay, that's what we got. Hey y'all. Okay. So I said I wasn't gonna do any lives until July, but this book came in. So this is kind of like, an exception. So you gotta go ahead and go with it. Okay. Miss Mel Panalino Chat Goto has four books. Circle of Life was the first book that she came out with, and a lot of people have this one and they enjoy it. They enjoy her style. All of her drawings in this book are based on circular shapes, and she's got all this stuff. It's extremely detailed. It is not a book for the faint of heart. Hey, Coloring with Lori, how you doing? Hey, boo. Mel Ponamino, Mel Ponamino Chat Monigoto. Okay, say that 9 times. Okay, I'm gonna get her name because I know I would be mad if people mispronounce my name. Okay, so, Miss Chatsmanigoto, this is her book. They're coming out. I'm talking about her right now. So, her books are extremely detailed, but they're beautiful. And if you ever run across somebody that's colored any of her pages, you can really appreciate the talent that she has. So, this was the first book. Now, if you are a budget person, that you didn't get it the first round, it is still available. Some five and belows have it. The stores have it for $5. Now, this book has been out since 2021, and so yeah, and it's definitely a beautiful book. It is available on Amazon. I've seen it there, and some people buy their books when they have the sale at Amazon. Buy two get one free and all that kind of stuff. Then she came out with Nature Mandalas. Now, if you order this book from a different country, the cover will be different, but it's the same book. I actually did some flip throughs and comparisons with some books that were from the UK version, but it is the same book. It just has different covers. So this was her second book, and Mel Pelomino Chetsmani Togo. Okay, Mel Pananino Chetsmani Togo. That's her name, girl. Y'all need to we need to put some respect on her name, especially since she came up with this new book. Okay, so yes. Hey everybody, I hope y'all had a good Hey Taylor, how you doing, Taylor May? How you doing? Yeah, I hope everybody had a good Easter. I had a wonderful Easter, and actually I just sent off three, four of my cousins. Hmm. And so they'll be flying back to Chicago tomorrow in the morning. And then two of them will still be here. So I'll be able to hang out with them for a little bit. I might take y'all on a lunch thing. I don't know because y'all it's so freaking messy. Anyway, so that's the second book. Then her third book is Enchanted Earth. Um, this one this one of these, yeah, I already talked about it. You can find some of them at Ollie's, and you can find some at definitely Books a Million, and then Five and Below. Okay, when they come out and I see them, I definitely let y'all know. Okay, now I went to do a couple of Ollie's. The only thing I see there still is Johanna Basford. Rooms of Wonder is still at the Ollie's. I went to two different Ollie's, and the book is still there for $3.99. And I didn't see anything new. Okay, that's it. So Enchanted Earth is another book of hers, and I think the folks on here have done some color alongs with her book. And this one is a little bit more. It's not circles anymore. And you see in this one, she's doing her square pages and things. She's taken over the whole page, of which I like, and this is why I like Enchanted Earth. It's a beautiful book. I think there's a color along going on, colored with color with Tailor Made and Kim's Creative Coloring have done a page, and also with me, I'm doing it also. It's this page right here. It's the book. It's the book page. So I believe Kim did a whole long video today finishing up the page. Yes. So yeah. So that page is what's going on right now. I think they've already decided another page. I picked another page, but my coloring is going to be limited because it's just dependent on whether I can see or not. So this is the new book by her, and I ordered a couple extra copies for some folks. And so it's Dream Voyage, and I ordered it from Blackwell's. Now, I just saw the other day that it's available on Amazon, but I just was chatting in the chat, and Miss Colored by Taylor Made says it's already sold out. So I took my little cell phone over there, and I see it is sold out. And then Amazon, if you place your order, Amazon will let you know when the book is back. Now, the issue that I have with the books that I ordered from Blackwell, two, I see that they have it processed, and then they sent me the tracking. One, I don't see the tracking for, but I do see they say that it's processed. So I don't even know if it's sold out on Blackwell's. So it's something weird that's going on, but hopefully it'll all be worked out. But I've already have that extra book for somebody, and so uh, all I'm waiting for is to see the tracking thing. And I checked today, and I'm going to actually email them tonight or in the morning, and if they haven't sent me the tracking for it, because I got this one today. So anyway, so Dream Voyage, what we're looking at is the same type of book. Now I'm going to tell you something interesting. Y'all know I always do comparisons. These two, okay, if you look at these books, okay, these two are shorter. Okay, they're shorter, and then they are, I don't know if you can tell, they're shorter here also. So they're shorter all the way around. These two, Nature Mandela and also Dream Voyage, and then these two are the same size. What it means, I don't know. I'm just well, I guess they're a different publisher or something like that. But I just want y'all to know. Now, the thing I like about this book is what she does is she gives you on the back. She lets you know her previous books that she's done. And you see this Mandela right here, Nature Mandela. You see that one? I have Nature Mandela, but that's not the same thing. So I guess she must have switched publishing companies in between. And Kim and I were having a conversation about that. So if you see this book and then you get it and it's this one, it's the same book. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. It's the same book, and I actually colored that page in this book. Hold on, because it's a bumblebee page. Yeah, and I like that. And then I also colored this page here with the I colored that one. I like to color the cover page books. I mean, a cover page in all my books. I do. I like to try to do that, and then I like to also color the this book belongs to page, and then with her, I can start a new. What I like to color. I like to color the last page in her book because the last page in her book she gives us a little design, a little bonus in the last pages of her books. Now, this book, her first one was each there were front and back. So this one is not a one that you could really feel comfortable doing the alcohol markers because it will bleed through. This one she started doing them single sided. You see that? So you can put a page in there and then you can do it with alcohol markers or whatever you want to do. And then on this one, she also did them single sided. So it's like she learned. And see, I like artists that change up and they change up for the good. That's what we want. We got to get what we need. Okay. One time, Chuck Brown. So, yeah, so she's got that. The paper feels good. It feels like the same paper. I don't notice any difference. This book is not stitch bound, it is glued. I did check for that. So that's why I thought I was ordering it from the UK and I would get a stitch bound version of it. But all artists don't make their books stitch bound. And some do use stitch and glue, and some just use glue. So it is what it is. We just have to accept it for whatever we can get. But I do notice that a lot of people say that the UK version books are better. But I guess it depends on what you think, what you like. So, anyways, let's get into here. I did go in and break the spine. I'm not cutting this book up. But this will be a time before I color it, if I wanted to get it spiral bound, not me binding it like it's spiral bound, but I am not going to do that. I would definitely take it to Staples or Home Depot, not Home Depot. Is it Home Depot? Office Depot or someplace like that. But anyway, y'all do what y'all want to do. But I did take the time to break the spine. So we have that page, which is the cover, and then there's another page of this that you can color. So here we go. Here is her intro page. This book belongs to, and I don't know if it's coming through clear. Okay, here we go. Let me put that up. Let me put these books here so it'll be at least equal, even, and there. Now, the first thing I noticed that she goes all the way to the edge. In her other books, she doesn't go to the edge. So she's definitely telling you, I'm going to the edge in these books. And the current one. So this is, the little page with all the information and stuff. This page has the dates and stuff, and then it gives all of her social media websites. So she's saying, embark on a voyage into the unknown. Okay. A land where there's lots of dreams and all this, and complete the collections and discover castles. And child, she threw everything up in this. Okay, so here's the first page, which I'm like, okay, girl, hold on. Let me pause. Girl, this page is everything. First of all, this page is so different from her others. It goes all the way across to the edge, and she gives us all of this smorgasbord. It's a smorgasbord. Girl, it's everything. So I'm not gonna talk about each page. I'm just gonna flip it. And y'all, if y'all are one of those thieves that take pictures and try to print it and stuff, it's not the same. Okay, so you're really not gonna get a good indication. So I'm just gonna talk about what I can see because I only got one good eye really working. But her creativity is here. It's extremely detailed. That's a ring with a whole bunch of stuff, excuse me, going around. This looks like somebody's walking down a pathway. That's a piano with everything. And she uses every bit of this space. Hold on. Doesn't she? She sure does. Oh my goodness. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna say this is more beautiful than the Kirby book. This book right here, like I like Kirby too. Now don't get it twisted. But this book is now this kind of looks like those Johanna Basford Islands. You know how she has those islands in her books and also in Small Victory. And all the artists do the same pictures. So we got some birds and we got a whole bunch of her water and stuff. Now you will note that she does these waterfalls or sand falls or whatever it is. This page I really like also. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the background. There's some dolphins, there's some mermaids and things. And this reminds me of a R.J. Hampton. Remember R.J. Hampton did a page where he had something in the middle and then he had the water going around. They all playing off each other and we here for it. Okay. That's straight up R.J. Hampton. Well, R.J. Hampton probably got it from somebody else too. So there's a unicorn. There's a reflection in the water, which I like doing that. I did a reflective picture in Kirby's, which I'm still working on. Someone here on the YouTube is doing this page right now. And when I tell you, it is so beautiful. One of my favorite colorists, I can't think of who it is, but she just went in ahead and ordered some Neil color too so she could finish the background. And it is so beautiful. This is actually really nice. This rabbit is blowing this genie in a bottle, whatever, out of the horn. And then, so it's beautiful. This is nice. And they got the third eye everywhere, so I'm not sure about all that, but it's a really nice book. So we got dolphins. This background looks like it probably needs to be black because these are stars. But y'all know y'all make y'all colors and do whatever you want to. We got the owls, which I love owls. I like the horns on the owls. Each one of them has a different set of horns. Extremely detailed. But notice everything is all the way to the edges. She giving you edge. Uh-huh. And then you can do a nice gold medallion. She's giving you options. This thing is busting out of the brick wall. Okay, and then we got some stamps or some wall decor. We got a two-headed animal, wolf and coyote or something, and lion shape. Girl, she gave me a whole bunch of stuff. Now, she does have lots of dragons in here, of which I love dragons. Now, this is the cover page. which, like I said, she gives you that cover page, and then the first page in the book is the same. Hold on, where is it at? Y'all, I already showed it to y'all, but I can't. Here it is. Now this paper is tight. It's tightly pressed. Why is it not opening up? Hold on. There we go. So you actually get two times the color. And the paper is nice. I don't notice any difference with the paper. It's all the paper quality of paper is always excellent. This will be a great Halloween picture to color if you do color those type of things. But it's a kettle boiling. I was gonna say, yeah. Anyway, okay, there we go with that. Okay, this one I really like. This page. This page is extremely busy. Oh my goodness, got the dragons, serpents. This one is busy too. It's one, two, three, four birds. That's that little island that Johanna Bassford always puts in hers. We got the fish flying up. They look like they're flying fish. Yes, to the dragon with three sets of wings. Baby, got a flying turtle. Yes, we do. We sure do. Cacti, undersea. These are all underwater. This is an underwater dragon. Look at that. Oh, yeah, if y'all know me, I love coloring dragons. Yeah. That's her traditional lake and thing. This looks like something in her other book. So she's bringing you what she serves. Okay. And we got a whole situation here. There's a bunch of skulls and stuff. This will be a great Halloween page. Also, now we got the third eye right in the middle of the page, and see, she's very famous for these waterfalls or whatever you want to make them. Waterfalls, sand falls, whatever. She's got the castle. Now this is giving me Wildegord teas, and that's another book that's out. Wildegord teas with the fortress kind of style. We got a unicorn horse. This unicorn got a little bitty horn, but look at this beautiful tail. Oh, it's wrapped around. This one could be very beautiful also. Just depends on the colors that you use. Now this one is double faced. This one looks like it reminds me of the kind of like the circle of life thing with the two faces, but they're going opposite. And then we have um, some stonework, some animals. Yeah. And so there's lots of flowers in here. And this one I really like. This lizard, gecko, whatever, is eating its own tail. Okay. Some Asian influence with that little hut or building. I mean, you could just look at this from different angles. I do like this one. This one is giving me a little bit of Rita Berman kind of tease because of the pillows and kind of Indian kind of feel and vibe. But then these are bookcases, and then this is like a big aquarium or something. It's just gorgeous. Like her mind, Team Dragon. There was a dragon. Her mind is going everywhere. Now this page is already filled in with black, and that's what I love the black pages because you can play off them with different colors, metallic colors, or whatever colors you want. But because it's already black in the background, you can pop in some gel pens or some watercolors that are shiny or neon or whatever. Yeah, this will be some good shading opportunity, even though it is already shaded with these things. But when you shade dark uh, colors on paper and you shade it really nicely, like trying to make a gold or a bronze, it really pops. Now, this page right here, I might have to start this one first. This is everything. It's a peacock, but like an animal peacock, like a four-legged animal, and the tail, and then I don't forgot what you call it, plumage, whatever, the headdress, and then we got some volcanoes, some cacti, child, and cacti everywhere. But focus on blinging out these things. Oh my, oh my, oh my. This is a lot going on, and I just get a swirl effect. Gorgeous swans with the snail. Girl, is that a snail? Yes, it is a snail. Then we got that background. She does that traditional. Let me go flip through it faster, y'all. Very nice. And I'm putting my hand in here so that some of y'all don't take a picture of it and then print it off. Some of y'all need to buy stuff. Now here she goes with her traditional falls, water, blood, whatever the heck it is. And that's a snow globe. Turn to the side. So you can learn different techniques on some of these pages. Brick, you know, and this bear is doing the most. Look at this bear. He got a whole headdress on here like a goat. Okay. Okay. All right. We're going to, okay. This waterfall is gorgeous. Everything is to the edge. Like she listened. People were sick of them circles. Now I like the circles, but but she has so much detail in those circles. So now the fact that she's using the whole page, she's stretching out. And so we have the opportunity. Oh, look at this. This is like a leopard goat. This would be a good Christmas tree page. Because all of them color, all the artists make a page with a deer with their antlers and something hanging off of it. And all of these are like candles. This will be a great Christmas page. Oh my goodness, this book is a lot. And then here's the traditional waterfalls. This one is very interesting also. So you can focus in on coming in on this and then brighten it out, like bling it out, and everything is floating around there. And then you got this whole lantern pouring out. Very, very nice. Um, Girl, this fox is doing the most. It's doing the foxtrot, and these are women faces in the flowers. Girl, did she do marijuana like I did when I was in college? This lady is. I would have never thought of nothing like that. See, we got more dragons and unicorns. That's a unicorn. Oh, these both are unicorns. Okay. You can bling these pages out so much. Oh, yes. I like this one. This is a whole lot going on. Look, he is a lynx cat or a lion, and he got butterfly wings, but then his tail turns into a dragon. Girl, there's a whole lot going on. And look at all these eggs. They're raising. It's too much going on, but I like it. This one I do like. This one is more traditional. Now instead of going to the edges, she does kind of make the wingspan of this hawk or eagle or whatever. This one is really nice. For some reason I see blues and grays and purples on that page. Yes, and then we got the back page here. I have no idea which one I want to start. I know I just mentioned one that I wanted to start. I don't know where to go. I don't know. I've been looking at this book for a couple of hours. It is so freaking beautiful. Now I'm telling you, I was scared of some of her pages. I think I'm gonna start on this one. Yeah, because this is the one I said. So I will not start it on it right now. I'm gonna get me something to eat, and then I'm gonna come back and start on it. And I'll probably do it as an upload. And so, but yeah, so and like I said, on the back of this one, she tells you about her other books that she has, and I have those three. It's easy to hone in on an artist and then just get those books so that you can have their whole collection. That's why it looks like I have a lot of books, but I really don't. If you notice, I have like all of certain artists. It's probably like four, and now this one is five. So, and I try to get all of their books, just because I like them. And then the other books are kind of like fill-in books, but I definitely get them on sale with a coupon or whatever. So let me see. It's time for Ronnie Q. Hey, it's time for Ronnie Q. Hi, Miss Ronnie Q. How you doing? Let me say hello to everybody. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Hi, Miss Taylor Made is here. Color with Miss Lori is here. Amy travels and colors. She travels and colors. Okay, she said, "Girl, I'm traveling, but that don't mean I can't color." Eyes are picking and eyes are grinning. I'm gonna get off of here. Who is I'm him? Hi, I'm him. I'm him. Is you? Are you gas man? Is that my gas man? Hi, boo. That's my boo right there. Hi, gas man. How you doing? Hugs. Happy holidays. Yes. Hey, Kim. I'm glad you got your stuff. And yes, I wash my clothes regardless, but I'm gonna tell you the story of the leggings I bought because I'm really feeling leggings and t-shirts or big sweatshirts and stuff. I used to never wear those because I worked, corporate and you just couldn't be wearing those things. And I was working in HR and stuff. I had to write people up for coming to work with leggings and stuff on, leggings, tube tops, tank tops and stuff. Some people just really don't know how to dress. But anyway, so now I don't have to be reporting to anybody. So I started, and they making leggings acceptable if they're nice, no cut off. I don't like those jeans where they cut the thighs and stuff like that. Now I do have old nasty pair, but you just don't wear that stuff to work. But anyway, so yeah, so I love leggings. So I bought an order. I think I got them from Macy's. I bought like 5 leggings, and then when I got them, when I was cutting the tags off of them before I washed them. I saw one was a little bit different than the other ones, and so they put that one in there extra somehow. I got in there, and so they're not they were never worn or anything like that. But I didn't order them, but I took the tag off before I realized that they were a different size. So I put them to the side and I let them know that I got an extra pair in them, but they said just keep them. So I was glad to be able to share those with you. But yeah, you always wash your especially your panties and stuff. Always wash those things before you wear them. I do. I sure do. I don't play around. Uh-huh. So I'm glad you like the other stuff. And then yeah, I still got a couple other things that's supposed to be in that package, but I spent so much on my lawn care, I had to cut my budget down. And Ange told me she got her package also. You do? Well, you gonna get it. Kim, you getting it? Yeah, I know you want it. It's coming to you. I need to find out why they didn't put the tracking number. So but it's on the Amazon, but now it's sold out. It came out the other day on Amazon and it's sold out already. And Amazon, if you still order it, they'll let you know when it's ready, when it's gonna come out. So you can't just get it right away. I didn't know this book was gonna be that popular, but until I actually saw the pages. And baby, this book is id tang. It sure is. It sure is. Yes, it's time for Ronnie Q. Yes. Mm-hmm. So what we talking about? How can I heard a snail gave me a color? What you say? How Kim and I heard a snail give me a color of a snail. Got it brown, I guess. Yeah. Well, if you know these fantasy coloring books, you can make them up whatever color you want. You sure can. What does Miss Dee Dee says? We are the master of our coloring books. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. She said what? She said what? I kind of lost their aim. Oh, okay. Okay, y'all talking about. You not sure what it meant? Okay. Hi, a vibrant Lil. How you doing? I ain't forgot y'all over there. Oh, I forgot y'all on the other channel. I am doing this what is it? Broadcasting on both channels. Yeah, I forgot I did that. Thank you so much. Yeah, we got to get some equal love around. I'm trying to get my $88 off of Dig on AdSense so I can buy me some more coloring books or a pencil set. Okay. I see there. She said, don't forget some of us over here. I got you, boo. So when you do the dual uh broadcast, sharing at different lives, I can't see, like when I'm looking at my thing, everybody's coming in at one time, so I can't tell whether they're from the Viewers of View channel or the Creative Color, the Coloring Views channel. So I did want to show that because Miss Ronnie Q want the link. Girl, you ain't say nothing. What's she gonna tell me? She gonna tell me something. Hold on. Oh yeah, Miss yeah, can you come up here and advertise your event? That would be nice. You can cuss me out if you want to, but if you advertise your event, I would really love that. I did watch the young lady's video. Hi, Miss Ronnie, she gonna bring her ass on up here. I don't know what she gonna say, y'all. I don't know, y'all. Oh my God, did I cuss her out or fuss her out? No, we all the same team. You know what? The people that I would like to do this stuff, like the people that talk so much mess, they don't participate in fun stuff. I would love to see, you know, instead of sitting on here on the panels talking smack, some people need to get they gonna come and book some crayons. Y'all, we're gonna be entertained in a minute. Miss Ronnie Q bringing herself up here, which I Y'all, I don't like to be asking people to come up all the time. I don't, because I mean, but I love it. It's a treat. Hi, Peggy. How you doing? Thank you for coming over, girl. Thank you. The stanky link, is it in there? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I got to get my voice together. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Listen, you're not snowed
Hello?
down. You are
Hello?
not snowed down. You are not
Listen here.
snowed
Oh,
down.
delicious. Delectable.
Delicious.
How
I was like, no, she didn't say let her
you
get her voice together. How you doing?
how you doing?
I'm
What?
good, and yourself?
I'm
I'm
good.
just,
I'm good. I'm glad
I'm,
you came up. Good.
I'm glad I just
Go
happened
ahead.
to catch you live. Um, I was
Oh,
just on the computer, just floating through, get my show ready for the morning. Now, who did you ask to come up here? Excuse my soda can popping. It's not a beer.
that's
Okay.
fine.
Who
I
did
wish
you
it was a
ask?
beer because I used to love canned beer. But anyway, go ahead.
Really?
Oh, I love
Uh,
canned beer. I sure do. With pizza?
I
Yes.
never care for canned beer. I used to like bottled beer, but not canned beer. I don't know. I just never bought beer in a can. I don't know. I don't know if I disliked
Mm-hmm.
it. I would say. Um, who are you telling to come up here and what did you say? Come up here and do your advertising? Who were you talking to?
Yes.
Who were you
You.
talking to?
You.
Oh, I had stepped away from
I
the
need you to
speaker a
talk
little
about
bit.
the bench. No, I need you to talk about the bench because I've gotten
Okay, well,
my
let me do my
list.
advertising.
Okay,
Hi.
go ahead. Here she go with
My,
her advertisement, y'all. Let me go on mute.
hi. My name is Ronnie Q, and I would just like to advertise a event that I'm putting on Friday, the 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please go to my community wall, and you will see a list of all of the things that you need to participate. Or just come and watch us craft and converse. Oh, did I say that? What I mean is, I have a street corner on the corner of First and Broadway, and I will be selling my wares there.
Yes. Right.
That's where I
And
hook
and
from. I'm a hooker. You talking about
right. Yeah,
advertise? That's
and
what
I'm a hooker too. Wouldn't y'all like to be a
I.
hooker too? Be a hooker.
Would
Drink
you like to
Dr.
be a
Pepper.
hooker? Okay, so no, we're making a summer bench. Uh, go over there and check out my community wall. A view's a view. I just tagged you in another picture. I have all my wood cut and ready to go. I'm gonna be
Oh,
sanding it tonight, make it a little smoother. You don't have to do it, but I know you're not gonna be there. I know you are not participating.
see,
I do
listen here.
not care
I
what
was
you
at the
say.
first daggone thing you had, and you had me over there showing my ass, cussing people out. So you know I'm going to participate. I would have been at a
Oh,
couple of other ones, but I don't. I'm trying not to be a crafter, Miss Ronnie Q. I'm trying to be a colorist. But
okay.
y'all are gonna drag me into crafting because they basically use the same products and the same
It's all
level of
creative.
creativity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all
So
creative.
I
So
know.
what? Do you,
So yeah.
so
Hmm.
when are you gonna start this coloring book? That one, that peacock one, did look good, interesting.
Oh, didn't it? Yes.
Get
I'm
me
gonna
off the
start
big
it
screen.
tonight. I, girl, I just did it. I did it. Yeah, this peacock one does look interesting, doesn't it? I mean, it looks like it's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Hold on, let me put you up on. Let me put it up on here. It looks like if you start this page, you wouldn't even know where to go and to start it. Hold on, it's here. It is right here. Why isn't it not moving? Hold on, y'all.
It moved.
There we go. Yeah, it's like a lot going on. Now, do you color, Miss Ronique?
No, I haven't did any of the adult coloring. You put me back up on big stage.
No, you back. You should. It should be good right now. Can did
Okay.
it switch over? Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It
now
takes a
you're on
minute.
big stage. Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, adult coloring is definitely a lot different than just crayons and coloring books. You know how when they be dragging me and stuff, they be talking about views of you over there coloring with her crayons and coloring books and stuff like
Hmm.
messy witch. Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'll take that. It's really not an insult. So when
And
I
when I
look at something, hmm? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, when I look at
Yeah,
something like this, I'm like, oh, I want to color it. So go ahead, baby. It's fine. Go ahead.
yeah. When
Go
I
ahead.
used to love coloring when I was a kid, and I was surprised that
Mm-hmm.
it came back in style with such beautiful books and so many different places. You know how you used to outline it real hard with the crayon?
Yes.
Did you used to do that?
Yes, and then shaded in, and it looked like you turned in it because, like, oh, that's so pretty. But
Yeah.
basically, we're just we thought we was doing it though, didn't we?
We was doing the most. All we was doing was wearing down the point on our crayon.
And then I used to live for the Saturday or the Sunday paper because they would have a coloring page in there, and then
Uh-huh.
some magazines had coloring pages. Yeah, I've always loved coloring. Oh my god!
Oh, remember
So
when we used to go to the doctors or the dentist? Everybody don't know about that.
no,
When
everybody
you
don't
were
know
a
about the
little
dentist,
kid,
right? Okay, right.
when you were a little kid, and
But
they
they
used to
ain't went
have
to the
that
dentist as
highlight
adults.
book, and they used to
Yeah.
have
Oh, the
that.
highlight.
Oh,
Yes.
I used to love that book. I used to go in there and
Me
try
too.
to figure out every puzzle real quick before they got called me back there. Oh, I used to love those books.
And they used to have connect the dot and then the numbers, and then they would have
Hmm.
little bitty mini easy crossword puzzles and stuff. Now,
Hmm.
did you ever look at the TV show Zoom?
Come on
It
and
was
zoom, zoom,
like
zoom,
Sesame
zoom.
Street. So
Come on and zoom,
come
zoom,
on and
zoom,
zoom, zoom, zoom.
zoom.
Oh yeah, I
Come
forget
on,
Miss
give
Hardy
it a
used to do that. But
try. Did you used to watch the electric company?
oh,
Did you
Electric
used to
Company,
watch
yes.
the electric company? You know, Bill Cosby used to be in the electric company.
Yes, that's how I know.
I
When
didn't remember
he,
it until they said. I was like, that sure was Bill Cosby, because I was
but
younger, I believe. Go ahead.
mhm. No, I'm gonna say before
Yeah,
he started putting pills in people's drinks and stuff, But anyway,
yeah. And
yes,
there was
Bill
another
Cosby,
one with
which
the lady.
Zoom,
With the
Sesame
lady.
Street.
What was the
Oh, I
one
remember
with the
her
lady?
voice.
And she used to at the end of the show she was used to take the mirror and go around you and kind of like putting you to sleep or something. Oh, what was her? You know
Oh
who I'm
my God, I
talking
can't remember
about?
her name. I know I can remember, her, but I don't know exactly. But it was so. But you know what? It was so interesting and it was so fun. Zoom.
Was it Romper
I auditioned
Room?
to be. Was it
Was that
Romper
Romper
Room?
Room?
I don't
I
know.
think it was a
Hold
lady. It
on.
was
Let me.
like a teacher. Yeah.
All of them, yeah, all of them were, yeah. Because Bill Cosby is actually it was, and his wife also. That's what they did. That's what they got their degrees in. Like
Degrees in.
he
Hmm.
didn't always be a comedian. And then when he turned
Right.
over to be, being raunchy, he did the stand ups and stuff. But that was later on. But that was his whole thing. Him and his wife, Camellia. Girl,
Right.
Zoom, Electric Company, Zoom, Sesame Street. I remember all of the
And Romper
Mr.
Room. It was Romper Room. And I used to
Romper
always,
Room.
she used to look in the magic mirror. I see Pamela. I see Betsy. I see this. And I
Yeah.
always would be waiting for her to say my name. And she would never say my name. It ain't like my name is uh Lakeisha or nothing like that. But she would never
Yeah, it
say
was a
my name.
regular
She
name,
would
right?
say, yeah, but she would say my sister's name, the short part of my sister's
Uh-huh.
name. Of course, she never said my sister's name either. Her name was
Mhm.
it was a kind of common black name, but she would never say my name. And I remember one
Mhm.
time she said my name, I almost lost it. Magic mirror. Yeah, she had a little hand mirror and she'd go around
Yes, I
and I can
remember.
see, I see. Yeah.
Now,
I know. I
they
don't
had
know if they have it.
I'm
I
looking
don't know if
now.
this was a regional show that they had. I know they had it in the Midwest. Oh God, you remember Captain Ray, the Ray Rayner show. I think it was the Ray Rayner show.
Who was
It,
it?
it could be,
Captain
it
who?
could have been a regional show. You know how some of them are just regional. and it was a good
Yeah,
show.
because I actually auditioned to be on one of the Zoom kids. I do
Oh,
remember that
really?
because I was telling. Yes, I did because it was in Washington D.C. They had an audition, because I was trying to do the most as a little. I was a brownie. I was a Girl Scout. I wanted to be a campfire girl, but at that time they didn't let black girls do the black. We won't no. We won't, at least the area that I was in, they didn't. No, you couldn't be the ringleader of it because they had to have the woman spouse, well, a family or whatever sponsoring it, and then they had the kids and stuff like that. So it was like you growing it. And
Mm-hmm.
so where I was at, everybody at that time we could be a Girl Scout, a brownie first, and then a Girl Scout. But the
Yeah, I
campfire
was a
girls were
brownie.
more in the campfire girls were more in the rural areas where they had people had actual houses and stuff like that, and back doors, because their sons were campfire boys, were what do you call it, club Cub Scouts. I wanted to do
Oh,
that
okay.
stuff. But that we could only sell them go cookies and make paper things, and it was fun,
I got sick
and
of being. It was boring to me, and trying to
it was
get those
boring
little
as heck.
badges.
I
Yeah,
didn't like it. I
it's
didn't
like
like
yeah.
that thing. So
And I'm
I
not.
wanted to be a
I wasn't keen on a camp going to camp being something exciting. Shit, I can go to Big Mama house and have more wilderness
mhm.
experience than that.
The whole property, right? The whole house,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Shit, shit,
But
I go out to Big Mama house and I can do whatever I want. I ain't got to worry about somebody
mm,
screaming, "Oh, it's a spider! Oh, it's an ant!" Go sit down.
ooh, right. And the things that we did were so boring as a Girl Scout or the Brownie. They were so freaking, but they
They
were tailored
were.
toward home economic stuff, like simple
Yeah.
stuff, like women folk stuff,
Mm-hmm.
sewing and the baking the daggone bread. And we when they started getting into the fires, that's when I was like, yeah. So and then I said, this is boring. And then I didn't even like my den mates or club mate, whatever the heck it was, child. I didn't like them, and and then anyway, it's a whole nother. So I don't want to be telling too much, but yeah. So I always wanted to be a campfire girls. Even their little commercials on the TV that we had limited TV action and stuff. Those were more exciting, but they didn't have a group around my area. And then the ones that they
Mm-hmm.
did, they were snooty, and you don't be no black
Uh-huh.
campfire girl. What the hell is wrong with you? No, you can't be no girl. Anyway, that's probably too much information, but
I was
I
done with it after the brownies. I was like, oh, they boring. And my mom's like, you don't want to go to the Girl Scouts? No. Take too much
mm-mm.
of my playtime away. I wasn't interested
Right. But I did
after
do
the
well
brownies.
in the cookie selling because as a Girl Scout, you ain't really selling cookies. Your parents
Your
sold them
parents
daggone
sold them
cookies.
at work. hmm and I did good at the cookie selling too. And they used to
Me
have
too.
these contests that you have to whoever had the most Campbell soup labels. Did they ever do that?
Mhm,
I don't
mhm,
know if they were
mhm.
trying to recycle these labels or what, because what kind of contest was that? Uh, and
Well,
we had, and they used to have a Pop Tarts, Kellogg's Pop Tarts label thing.
yeah.
And I had my mother first cousin worked at Kellogg's in the city,
Oh
and he
Lord.
would bring us some, and we were like, "Oh yeah, that's way more than enough." And we would have all these soup
Mhm,
labels because she knew somebody else who worked at
mhm,
the manufacturing plant at Campbell's. And girl, we would never win. It's just like we knew all these people. We had like tons of this stuff, like we wouldn't win
mhm.
because
Well,
obviously other people were better connected and they had their people bringing them every day. We would get them like once a week or something.
mhm. Well, remember the H&H, G&H, green stamps and stuff. All
Green
that stuff was
stamps,
rigged. Yes,
yeah.
the green stamps, the books and stuff. When you shop at the store and you get whatever you get, and this is before all the other mess that everybody be doing now, but they would give you the green stamps and stuff. Child, people get cussed out if they didn't got their own green stamps and stuff. And he would fill a book up, and then you would take that book in when it was filled, and then you would get dishes and pots and pans and stuff. And then some people were winning trips and stuff. It was a whole big old marketing scam. but it was linked to the Girl Scouts and all that, those labels and stuff. It sure
Oh,
was.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
Yeah, I go.
I
Mm-hmm,
barely remember that. It kind of like went out of style or out of business earlier, but I
mm-hmm.
do remember them. Um, it was like a little stamp, and the G and H was red on there, and the stamp was green.
Green, yep. And you had
Hmm.
to fill a book up so that you can get, pots and pans and I don't think they didn't really do where you can get discounts on your food and stuff like that. They were just mainly a product brand that came
Hmm.
in, and they were based on the how many stamps you got, and it was based on the labels. So yeah, my somebody worked for saying Pillsbury. It is one the factory downtown in DC on
Hmm.
Bryan Street, and so I would get all those Hostess
Hmm.
products and stuff, girl. I helped filled out a couple of books because Hostess, when they came out with the ho hos, the ding dongs, the
Hmm.
Twinkies, all that stuff. Girl, I was in the middle of all that. It was exciting. All that sugar rush.
And like my mother's cousin who worked at Kellogg's, he used to always bring us cereal and Pop Tarts and stuff. And they used to
Hmm.
have this thing. I wish they still made it. It was shaped like a paper clip. It was like and it was hard. The crust was hard like a Pop Tart, but it was shaped
It
like a
was
paper
crispy.
clip, like a Danish or something. And
Yeah,
it
Danish,
had
and then you could see the
the
lines all across like a paperclip.
yeah, and it had the filling like a pop tart filling on the inside. But they used to have this one. It was like brown sugar and something. Oh, it used to be so good. I used to love those pastries, but they weren't soft at all. You can put them in the toaster
It was
like a
crispy,
pop tart.
yeah. They were crispy, like a
Mm-hmm.
sugary out coating, and yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
crisped up real nice. You never wanted to burn it. No, don't burn it. Oh, those were so good. Oh my God, I know what you're
Now I
talking about.
remember Duchess Kelly
Yeah.
Love was talking about doing making a pop tart and putting butter on it. I was like, butter? I said, I've never
Uh-huh.
heard of such. Have you ever heard of that?
That's more of like a French pastry thing. I've heard of it, but it's not like old school stuff.
I have
And then
never.
what the French do, they keep putting layers of butter in between the dough and stuff, and then they make it like 17 layers, but it'll be really thin, and it's all butter
Hmm.
enriched, and it's very decadent, but it's
But not
delicious.
on
But
a pop tart. Not on a pop tart.
yeah, yeah, and it's crisp, it's flaky, it's crunchy. Yeah, I know what he's
I've
talking about.
never heard of that. I was
He
like,
still do
what?
videos? I thought he had
I don't
retired.
know.
He
I
I
don't know. Girl, I don't know.
okay, well, anyway, we gonna keep
We were
on
talking
past
about pastries, and that just reminded me something I never heard of done
that.
with a pop
Hmm.
tart when you said can't don't burn them.
Right. And we grew up in the era toasters were really we already had toasters, but they were kind of being evolved. Now I'm gonna tell you this is a fun fact. You may not know it. Um, do you know how to toast a bagel in a toaster properly?
Um, well, I have I like to bake them in the oven, but I do have a wide slot toaster for bagels. But no, I just throw them in just like a piece of bread. But
Okay,
I don't even use the toaster. I use the oven to toast my bagels. But go ahead. How do you do
I
it?
got you. So, if you really look at the instructions, and I'm just letting y'all know what I found out a couple years ago, and I was like, well, dang, that does make sense. If you look at a toaster, like I'm saying, like the new ones are so different, but anyway, the toaster has a arrow on there saying if you're, it might not say it, but anyway, if you're toasting bagels, because there's always one fat side to a bagel and a thin side to a bagel.
Right.
So when you take your bagel and then open it up, you're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to take it and flip it on the other side because the crisping element is on the side that has the for the fatter side. I don't think I said it right. So I didn't even know that. And I was reading, I was like, I know you lying. So then I walked my ass into the kitchen and I go ahead and pull out a bagel because I love bagels. And they got the cream cheese that would have the jalapeno peppers in there now, girl. I'd lose my mind. So I took my bagel and I split it, and then one side is thicker and the other side is thinner. But and when you put it in the toaster oven, instead of putting it in there like you break it out, you flip it over
Mhm.
and then put the fat side to one side, and the arrows are on the thing. I said, "Look at them arrows!" I didn't know, girl. I toasted that thing, and it came out perfectly. I don't even know
Mm.
how they figured that stuff out. Yeah, it's one of them trivia things that I probably won't even use it in my life, but I do use them when I do my bagels, or if I'm bageling around with somebody. I was like, flip the bread around. They're like, how did you figure that? I said, no, I saw it on something. I don't know, but yeah, that's a useless piece of trash that I don't even. I
No,
don't even
that's
want.
if you eat bagels often, that is a
Yeah,
that's good to know because it makes it taste better. I mean,
it sure
who don't
does.
want their bagel to taste better? Now,
I like the
I
crunch.
got the putting it in the oven from my aunts. Them they used to make
I
toast
like
in
that.
the oven with little pieces of
Yes,
butter on top, and the top
yes,
would toast, and the bottom would still be soft white bread. Ooh, that's the best
yeah,
toast. That country
yeah.
toast. So that's why I
Hmm.
do my bagels that way. So the open part it'll be a little crusty and your cream cheese and melt on it real good, but the
Hmm.
bottom is not toasty.
Now, I love that. Now, do you make your or have you ever made your bacon, whether pork or turkey,
Oh, in
in
the
the oven?
oven? Oh yeah.
I
Especially that bacon that has the rind on it, that little
Yeah,
hard piece of, oh yeah, girl. That's the only way
I've heard.
to cook
Okay,
that thick bacon. I never
yeah, it's
bothered to put the thin
slab
bacon in
bacon,
there because
slab.
it has so much splatter in the stove. You
Mhm.
want a good reason to put splatter your stove up.
Right, mess up this oven. But they call that the
Mhm.
slab bacon, and the only reason why I'm talking about that now because I had a whole, or allegedly, I don't even know. We're not going to talk about this, but I alerted everybody in my family. But I had a whole bunch of people in my house, at least 15. But anyway, I don't know it. So I like to try to make sure I have stuff for everybody. So I had some tofu bacon, I had some turkey bacon, and then I had some slab bacon, the old country slab bacon. And
Mhm.
the majority of the people that was in my house, nice, strong, young men, single with
Uh-huh.
no babies. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I hope none of y'all witches out here get a hold of none of them, because y'all don't need to be trapping nobody in my family. But not to say anybody did, but I'm just saying there are some people that have relatives in their family that don't, they graduated college, working on their first and second girl. Anyway, I ain't advertising. I'm just saying. But I literally urged everybody. But anyway, so everybody was fixated around the slab bacon because, like you said, that rind and the layers of fat. I
Mhm.
put that in the oven. I was like, and I almost started to eat a piece, but I was like, no, I'm trying to be good. They
Girl.
killed that. They
Mhm.
killed it.
I barely eat bacon now.
Oh, mm-mm.
bacon um you know, mm,
Yeah,
I don't want no health issues from eating too much
that
pork.
part.
But every now and again, I
You
get
gotta
a
get them taste.
craving for some pork chops. No, for some pork
Oh,
chops. Yeah,
oh.
every blue moon. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'll eat pork chops maybe twice or three times a year at the most.
Yeah.
I remember one time my husband, he was going somewhere, and I was like, you know what? I got the urge for some pork chops, and he bought back too many. He bought back a big old family pack because I always break our meats down anyway
Right.
into servings, and
Yes.
it less expensive when you buy a family pack. I
Yes.
was so disgusted with him because I had to eat those pork chops.
Right.
But I broke them down, and it was over a longer period of time. But I don't like to fuck with pork too much, and my
Mm-hmm.
husband doesn't eat it at all. He don't put no pork juice on his plate by mistake. Beef, if
Mm-hmm.
if he's gonna do anything, it's gonna be beef or a higher grade of meat. He don't mess with pork.
Well, I know I and see only I don't eat it, but I know how to cook it. Now, this is
Hmm.
a recipe that like fried pork chops with gravy. and
Mm-hmm.
maybe some mashed potatoes and some like I can cook like I eat this stuff all the time. I know how
Uh-huh.
you're supposed to do it and all that, but I don't eat it. But I know how to cook it. And then I did one one guy was dating. He bless his heart. I mean, he said, "Are you going to cook? I don't feel like going out or something like that." He said, "Can you come over?" And I said, "Sure," because his kitchen was my kitchen. Okay,
Uh-huh.
basically everything in his kitchen, and I was helping him learn how to cook and stuff. So he said, "I want to have some pork chops," and he said, "I don't even know how to make them." And I think he said the first time he had them, they were too white, and I was like, "White,"
Mm-hmm.
but I knew what he meant. So
Pork chops is white meat.
yeah, but he didn't want it white like that. He said he wanted it like his grandmother made it. And then he described it with the gravy
He
and
want them
stuff like that. So
smothered.
I said, yes, that's the word. So I said, oh, okay, I knew, but I didn't remember it just right now. But at that time, I said, oh,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, you know how to make smothered pork chops? I was like, yeah, it's so freaking easy. But you
Girl.
got to get the roux right.
Yeah, girl, we are now making homemade gravy, child. That ain't nothing. We've been making that homemade gravy since we
Right.
were kids, and you have to get the consistency of the roux right, and
Mm-hmm.
put some onions in there and let the onions
Tell it.
uh cook with the roux, and then after it's the right color, pour you some water in there and stir it all around. We don't put no.
Mm-hmm.
My mom used to use that gravy bouquet, but
The bouquet,
I
yeah.
don't like it. It kind of
I
makes
don't
it
like that.
too bitter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She used to use it. I mean, not when we first started cooking, but it came along during our teenage years or sometime around then, and she tried it, and I don't like it. I just like regular gravy.
And it's so
Pork
easy.
chops, rice, and gravy. I remember sometimes I'd be getting off of work, and I didn't want to, it would be late or something, and I didn't want to cook. And
Yeah.
they had this soul food restaurant that served the best pork chops, rice, and gravy. Girl, I found
Mm-hmm.
myself on a run with them. This was when I was young in my 20s.
Right.
Girl,
It
I
was
used to
able
be
to
like,
go ham.
oh, I used to call in my order when I get
Right.
ready to get off work. That's one of my favorite meals.
It's delicious and it's so easy, but like I said, and then because he said the white, and I was like the white, so that's when I knew that he didn't have the situation together. So I did go over and I showed him how to make a roux and stir it real. But I gifted him a cast iron skillet. You got to have the black cast iron skillet, and you got to
Hmm.
season it. You know about
Yeah,
seasoning?
you
Like,
gotta season it. Yes, you gotta
can
put
you
some
tell it
oil
so
in
the
it.
people know? Go ahead.
You gotta put some oil in it. Wipe it down with some oil on a paper
Mm-hmm.
towel or something, and put it in the oven at I think it's 500 degrees
500.
for like 3 or 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Then you wipe it down again, and you just put it back in there and let the oven cool off with the skillet in there. It's gonna take a
Mm-hmm.
couple of hours, and this skillet is still gonna be hot because you already grease it up. But I think you need to do at least 3 batches of greasing of the skillet, and
Yeah.
it prevents anything from sticking to the skillet. You should be able to just wipe the skillet out. After years, you may have to go back through and re-season it.
Yeah.
But my 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 sister's friend, her husband used to go out fishing all the time, and she
Mhm.
asked my sister, "How do you season a skillet, and how do you get it bumpy on the outside?" Which she said, "Well, you don't want it too bumpy on the outside." And she said, "Yeah, but it has that texture on the outside." And then she told her, and she seasoned her skillet and stuff. And then her husband went fishing, and they cooked the fish outside, and then they burned all of that.
The
You
good
know,
stuff.
the good
Mhm.
stuff off the skillet because they just put it over the open outdoor fire and let it all burn off. And that woman was fit to be tied. She said, "He
Right.
ruined all the good stuff off my skillet."
Right. Well, people started putting the Skittles in the dishwasher. I was like, I
No.
know you like. I know you
Mm-mm,
ain't putting no Skittles in the goddamn dishwasher. No, these
mm-mm,
people. You can't,
mm-mm.
and that is a prize to pass on in your family. somebody's skillet. Like I'm gonna tell you, quiet as is kept. When somebody passes away, somebody say, who getting the dishes?" Okay.
I want her
Uh,
skillet, or you
I
want
want a skillet.
the old percolator. You want the old percolator coffee
Hold
pot.
on. Hold on, Miss Ronique. You just said percolator. Hold on. Let me go get something. Hold on, Miss Ronique. Can you speak real
Time
quick?
for
I'm
the
gonna be right back.
percolator.
Go ahead. I'll be right back.
She's going to get the percolator. It's time for the percolator. I apologize if my singing is upsetting anyone's stomach. Um, but I think of Years of You has a percolator, and those are uh, the best way. And you actually put it on the eye of the stove to make your coffee. Oh, those are fantastic coffee pots. I I think my grandmother. That's the one. That is the one. I think my grandmother had two in her entire life. Uh, I think the handle finally broke off the one, and yes, that's the percolator. Yes, ma'am. And a lot of people think that those are just for and the coffee goes around in that little clear thing, the clear no, the thing that you just lift the lid off. That clear thing. Yes, you see the coffee percolate it even all the way up through that little lid. Yep. Yep.
Baby, you know, and me and my family, we fight over this. This was my grandfather's.
Hmm.
This and
Now you know if I
I
know
think they,
if I know the coffee percolates in the handle, most people would just think, oh, that's just a handle. No, the
they
coffee
wouldn't even know.
percolates. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Oh my, this is memories. If y'all see
Mhm.
this, if y'all go thrifting and stuff, y'all be passing stuff. Be like, oh, that's an old coffee pot. No, if you see this in the thrift store or Goodwill or wherever y'all at, get it. This
Get
is
it.
everything, and this is a collector's item. It sure is.
You
I got
sure?
history
Yeah.
with that one.
My sister got my grandmother's, and I was like,
Oh,
shit, this bitch don't even drink coffee.
she's
I, I was like, yeah. I was like, I want for what, bitch? You don't even
what you
drink
gonna
coffee.
do
You don't
with
drink
it?
coffee.
Right,
Yeah, I
right.
ain't shit. At least I
Yeah.
drink coffee. I'd use it, a little bit, not every day. That my grandmother used to keep her some coffee on the stove. You never know when
Mm-hmm.
somebody come over. Just so hospitable. You want a
Right.
little bread, cornbread, and something else. I got some chicken over there, and
Mm-hmm.
my aunts and my mothers, they were all like that. You want some coffee? She always made sure she kept coffee because you never know
Right on the
who's coming
stove.
over. Right on the
Exactly. You
stove.
never know. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But I don't know why people they like old stuff and stuff like that, but they don't know the history with it. Like you need to know the history about stuff, and especially stuff that's passed down in your family and things like that. So
Hmm.
me and my family were talking about that yesterday, and actually part two today. Some are leaving. They're not in my house. They are staying in a hotel and stuff like that, and then also other family. Everybody in my family is not RIP. So anyway, but some are going back to Chicago tomorrow, and then I'm going to have the opportunity to be entertaining some of them by Thursday because they're going to leave on Thursday. So this holiday has been a wonderful holiday with me. The only thing I'm just sad that I can't see everything, but I got to touch baby cousins, younger cousins, first cousins, their offspring, and stuff like that. It has been really nice for me. I just wish I could see clearly, but
Hmm.
it's going to be rectified. And yeah, it's holidays are supposed to be. You don't need to be on here setting up Easter egg contests with people put it's popping balloons and stuff. Like, who does that with people that you don't even know? When you got real kids, but they in jail, and the other kids that put you out the house, like, who does that? So I don't know, but I don't do all that now. the reason why I don't have kids because I never got married, and then I ain't really a kid person like that. Like I like take
Everybody is
care of
not a kid person.
right,
Some of these
and then send
motherfuckers
them
who
away
got
to their
kids should have.
parents.
Some of
Mhm.
these people who got kids, should have thought better about their
Mhm.
decision because it appears that they do not want the ones that they have. They don't
And,
interact with them. They don't
mm-mm.
help them with homework. They ain't got to get off line to go to none of their activities, after school activities, nothing.
Nothing, and they're on here, and I'm like, as an adult in their 50s on here having Easter egg contests. Like with virtual people. When I heard that thing, I was like, this is so dumb. And every time there's a holiday, there is some fool la la with that mess. So now they're
Hmm.
saying that they're not collecting money and stuff. Girl, anyway, this is scam born every day. I don't do that fool la la, but I'll watch it.
Hmm.
And if I feel like talking about it, I will. But girl, it's so boring and dry. I'm like, you're not doing anything stimulating. So yeah, but anyway, but
Yeah,
we
that's
gonna
why
get
I try to
ready.
do something different with my little craft. So,
I love
uh,
that craft
it's
idea.
something that I like to do, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wanted to up the ante. Jill kept on like, "Oh no, that's too advanced. That's too advanced,"
It's not
and I
too
was like,
advanced.
"Jill, it's very simple." I said,
It
"Don't
is.
overthink it.
Right.
and it's very easy to do." So, yeah.
Let me see. Can I play? Let me. Can I put the? Let me, can well, I won't go too far, but let me see if I can find your page so that I can show what you're talking about. If you don't mind.
Yeah, it's on my community wall.
Okay, let me go over to your community wall over here. Let me. Uh,
Because I just updated it because I got all my wood cut. Hold on. Daddy's on.
she went on mute. Okay, what's her name? Ronnie Q.
Ronnie Q. They can hear him when he pull up to the garage. He ain't nowhere near the door.
Oh my god. They're like, listen here, you over there talking to people that they're gonna think, hey, we can get some attention, Ronnie Q. They don't like, mommy, we tired. We need the daddy to come up in here.
Now
They hear me. Go
I
ahead.
have the picture with the wood cut out, all laid out. I cut
Okay.
my wood pieces, Pam. I did
Okay.
it myself with my little what is
Oh,
it?
okay, I
A
got you. Hold
jigsaw.
on. You got the yeah, I know you got the saw thing. Hold on, I got you. Hold on, let me just I got that one. Let me close out all my other personal business and stuff. So since I'm not working anymore, I have to use this computer for more of my personal stuff. Hold on, I got you, Miss Veronica. If you don't mind me
Pam, I'm
sharing.
gonna drop. Oh Lord.
Go ahead, view. Go ahead.
I'm gonna
I
drop
appreciate
down.
you. Okay, well, jump down, but I got your permission to show what I want to show. Okay, that's all right. So everybody fighting over there. Hold on, let me share this. And if anybody wants to participate in it, it's an open event. Hold on, let me find the one that has. Y'all know I'm not good at this part. Okay, here's this Ronnie Q thing, and I'm gonna show you what she is sharing. She had to leave y'all, but don't worry about it. Okay. All right. So let me share screen. Okay, here we go. Ronnie Q. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna hit share. So this is what she's letting us know. Uh, and then she did tag the screen. Hold on. So her event. Oh, she tagged me in there too. Oh, she said I'm live. Is you live? Yeah. So this is the okay. She's getting her supplies together for crafting and conversations this Friday, April the 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The wood is cut, and now let me sand it a bit. Okay, join me Friday and let's put this thing together. So she tagged Just Read My Book. She tagged me. She tagged DC Kula and Lisa. She tagged That Green Vegan. Between pages, Demetra Auntie Donna, Jill's Comfort Zone, and Ward 10 Creates. I hope Ward 10 Creates enters. So this is what the item is going to be looking like. Looking like. I'm going to make mine into a bookcase, a desk bookcase, but it's actually and she got her items right here. She's got them laid out. She got them sanded down. So I'll talk about this a little bit more. I'll definitely put the link to her channel here. Hold on, let me put the link to Miss Ronnie Q's channel. Share channel, share channel, and here it is. Now I keep telling you I ain't trying to be a crafter, but the crafting things are fun. But I still have some of the items. Okay, Miss
Did you
Ronnie
show
Q.
a view?
I did, but I can show it again. Let me. Okay, hold
Oh
on.
no, 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 no! You don't have to. I'm a step down. Thank you for having me up. I appreciate it. I'll be
Okay,
in the
thank you,
chat.
boo.
I'll be in the
Okay, all
chat
right.
though. All right.
Okay, thank you. All right. So I'm going to share Miss Ronique's channel right here. Yeah, Taylor Made is cute. Taylor Made, I'm going to make it into a bookcase. Hold on, y'all. I got the link here, so I can close this one down. I got the link. Let me make sure I copied it, and then let me close that down. Okay. So let me put. Is y'all still there? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Y'all know it's a lot. It's a lot going on, y'all. Okay, so that's that. But let me put the link. This is the link, the stanky link to Ronnie Q's uh, project that is going on. And on her channel right here. So this is it right here. Check it out. And it's not that hard. It is really not that hard. Why does this screen look crazy? It's not that hard. So I am entering, and so the whole information thing, I'm going to talk about it another time. But just go to her channel, and then you can get all of the information that you need. See, look at this. StreamYard is looking different. Do y'all see this? I don't even know what that is. I have no idea. Hold on. I don't even know what that is. Add source. That means you can do a whole lot of stuff over here on the restream. Okay, let me just turn that off. Yeah, they changed it up. And also, I mean, yeah, Restream. And also StreamYard did too. So yeah. So now how do I get myself back to just hold on here? Boom. I do have the $19 version of the StreamYard. Hold on. Why isn't it letting me put it up here? Okay, well, I don't know what's going on. We're just gonna close that up and we're gonna make it this. So look at it's too many choices. I like it. I really do. I like all these choices. Oh, and made the screen bigger. So I have to play around with it a little bit more to see what's going on, what they're serving up. Um, where's the screen here? Can I put that there? And I should be able to slide this up here to be on the big screen. It's not letting me slide it. So anyway, it's all good. So the project, and I think if you get the things, if you get them pre done at the stores and stuff, I have not found out if they're cutting the wood and all that kind of stuff like they had promised when you do sign up for the Home Depot and the Lowe's. You just take a list and then they can add, whatever it is and cut it however. I think they're changing stuff. I can't imagine them really charging a whole lot more. But when I go get my supplies, and I may go tomorrow, I'll let y'all know. I'll take y'all with me. But I ain't just gonna I've got the list of stuff, so I'm gonna do as much as I can. Y'all know I don't like to tape in stores like that. Because I don't want y'all to be doxxed if you hanging around with me and stuff. Okay, well, the whole settings is different. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to show y'all was my new book. And I wanted to also talk about Miss Ronnie Q's project. So this is it. This is it. So y'all come back over tomorrow, and then y'all will check me out. But yeah, so this is the new book that Miss Melo Melpomeno Chatzipanagiotou. Okay, I said it right in the early part of the video. So why can't I change this around? Like, why do I have this big thing up on here? Look at me. I'm gonna try to figure this out. I'm trying to make this screen different, but it's not acting like it doesn't want me to do that. Why? Why? It's being messy. Hold on. It's like not letting me take this screen away. Ain't that something? I don't even see the option. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hold on. We're getting somewhere. Hold on. We're getting somewhere. Can I take this away? Oh, remove. Here we go. Yes. Girl, y'all got to just figure this stuff out. There we go. There we go. So, and that wasn't hard. If you all have Restream and even StreamYard, they have it so if you do put their project screen up, it's gonna be limiting you all. So yeah, so I got it back right now. Okay, that's good. All right. Thank y'all for watching. Okay, okay. Oh, it's on her the cut list is on her community wall. Yes. And I did put Miss Ronnie Q's channel over here. And I really hope that some of y'all that rock with me over in my area would join. Um, and it's something that it could be purposeful, something that we can really use. That's the reason why I don't really want to get into crafting because I know they make a whole lot of things that I'm like, what am I gonna do with that? I don't get it. What am I gonna do with it? So I'm already coming in here into Miss Ronicu's crafting with the it's a planter bench. I'm coming in here already with a plan what I'm gonna do with it. Okay. So yeah. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all, thank y'all so much for coming. Thank you, Miss Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. I'm so glad you came over. I really am. Because I do want to participate in this. I want to bring some more people over there to your channel to be coloring. I mean, not coloring, but crafting. So, all right, that's all. That's it. That's all. Bye, y'all. Thank you for coming over.